Wagwan, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dreycosting. If it's the first time here, what we do over this channel is to analyze the financial market, like chop it up into pieces, so each and everyone can understand. Today, we're going to go into our regular Sunday markup. We're going to look at German 30, US30, NASDAQ, NAS100, as well as EURJPY. So before I go into it, quick disclaimer. Okay, German 30. German 30, in my view, is like quite a simple thing to understand, right? So we have this key resistance right here at 132.24.8. Key support here at 11,559.2. If you realize the chart has just been moving between these regions, right? So last week it was going in this upward trend. So it was going in an uptrend. I'm predicting, and based on how the German 30 move, is that we'll continue to do something like this. We have this minor resistance here that now has become a minor support. You do something like this, hit here, I touch here, and go back there. All right. So what we're going to try to do for the German 30 is this. We're going to try to go along just below this minor resistance right here, entry above here. We're going to put our stop loss right below this minor support right here. And that's the prediction for German 30. However, the fact that German 30 is coming close to this key resistance right here, what you also want to look out for is this. Let me extend this trend line. Say that it does something like this, higher highs, higher lows, right? And then it breaks here. But once it breaks the trend line, you're going to look for the reversal right here to create that lower high. So once it creates that lower high right here, once you create this lower high, then and below this key support that has now become a key resistance, we're going to start to look to short it, right? Stop loss below there and all the way down here, right? So it's simple as that. So first, we're going to look to go in this uptrend to capture it, to go to about this minor resistance 131.34.3. Once it breaks the trend line, you're going to wait on the basic of trading to confirm. And once you get that lower high, we're going to start to go in for a sell. So it's two moves we can look out for on the German 30 this week. What's all about patience. It's all about waiting and watching and to see what happens. So right here, the fact that it's right here, you got to wait on the shift, wait on the retest, get a higher low right here to continue for the buy. Once it breaks the trend line, wait for that lower high and continue to go down. So that's German 30. Moving on. US 30. All right, you guys know my stance on US 30 for quite some time. Over the past, I would say like 5 weeks. So if you're trying to go for like a long-term buy in the US 30, then it's not time to go into the US 30. I thought the election was going to move the US 30 like somewhat more aggressively, but apparently it did not do that. Right? So I showed two scenarios. If the US 30 could break this 29,000 zone going up to 30,000, retest above it, creating a higher low, then we continue up for our buy. So that was the first scenario that I had, right? The second scenario that I had a couple weeks ago was for it to break this minor support right here and become minor resistance, break here, retest there, create a lower high. Then now we look for the US30 start falling again. What will happen when Biden is now in power? Will the US30 start to get weak, or will it start to get strong? So what we're going to do for the time being in order to make some money is that I'm on the 4-hour time frame. What we're going to do is to drop time frames. So let's drop down. All right. This is the 1 hour. Let's go all the way down to the 15 minutes. So on the 15 minutes, you guys could also go down as well to the 5 minutes because the same principle applies, right? So on the 15 minutes, what we're going to do, this minor support that we have here, along with this key resistance, this area. So this is the area I'm looking at. This is the area I'm looking at right here, right? So we're going to work US30 within this area. So we have a trend line right here. All you got to do is wait for it to break, retest, create a higher low, then you go in for your buy in this option right here. So we need to see higher low. So we need to see higher low right here. All right. So once we get that break and retest right here, we're going to go in for our buy. All right. Going to keep the stop, take profit there about. Stop loss right below the trend line. This same scenario as the German 30, we're going to apply on the US 30. So let me remove this. So I'm saying to you that this is the trend line. All right. Once price does something like this, it's going to making higher highs and high lows. Once price breaks this low right here, that at this point, the basic of trading for an option would have been void. So what we're going to do is this. Wait on the breakdown here. Retest, create a lower high. Once it creates that lower high, then we're going to go in for our sell. And at this point, we're going to draw a new trend line for a downward trend. And we're going to work it, go all the way back down to this key support right here, because we're noticing that the US30 is moving within this region right here. So we're going to do this. Once it does that, bam, lower highs and lower lows, all right? So every time it breaks and retests and creates a lower high, you enter. Break, retest, lower high, you enter. But do not enter on the break. You cannot do that. That's a recipe for disaster, right? You got to wait on the basic of trading to be confirmed. So once it breaks the trend line, this first right here, all right? Stop loss above the trend line. You could come all the way down here. All right. So that's the same scenario that we saw on the German 30. All right. So we could ride this option right here. Once it breaks the trend line within the week, we wait on the basic to confirm of a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. And then you continue to do the same thing going down. Moving on. NAS100. One of my favorite things to trade. So if you notice, guys, I'm showing you all the money instruments. Trust me, the money pairs. If you guys really want to make that dollar, you got to focus on applying the basic of trading on the money pairs. So let's look at this one, right? NAS100. So I've already picked up the key resistance and the key support. So the blue lines represent the key ones. Pink line represents the minor resistance and the minor support, right? So price was in this downtrend right here. What happened? We're on the 4-hour time frame to begin first of all, right? So price was in that downtrend. It broke the trend line. When it broke the trend line, right? It broke the trend line. So let's drop time frames and see what's up. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Let's go down to the M30. I know you guys like to scalp this NAS100 as well as the US30. So I'm kind of breaking down the charts a little bit more for you guys to see how we break down time frame. So you realize it's not just smooth straight up when you drop time frame as the 4-hour chart. So let's look at this, right? When it broke the downward trend line, when it broke it down on our trend line, what happened? It shift retest and created a higher low. When it created a higher low, it rested on this minor resistance, which now becomes minor support. Right? Shift, retest, continuously creating higher lows. Retest again, continuously creating higher lows. So what we're going to wait on here is the same thing. Shift, retest, create a higher low, and once you create that higher low, we're going to continue up for our buy. All right. All we're doing is just waiting on the basic of trading to confirm. That's it. No rocket science or anything like that. So this is the key resistance right here. So you got to respect the key resistance at all time. So what you're going to do is this. Right there. Take profit just below the key resistance. Stop loss thereabout. Right here, just above the previous low right here. Thereabout. Because what we're saying, the reason why we put a stop loss right here, what we're saying is this. If price retrace and breaks this previous low, then the basic of an uptrend, which is higher highs and higher lows, will now be void and will be no longer in an uptrend. Does that make sense? All right. So this is my first prediction for the NAS100. It's the same scenario as the US30 and the German 30 that we just looked at. I'm saying when price does this, continue to make higher highs and higher lows, and it breaks the trend line. It breaks the trend line and breaks this previous low. All you're going to do is wait on the basic of trading to confirm, create a lower high, right? And as at this stage, we're going to go in now for our sell. And we can go all the way back down here. It's as simple as that, guys. Moving on. NASDAQ. Watch me now. So before I was predicting like the NASDAQ to actually break here, break that key resistance right here, come right here, create that lower high, and will continue back down in this region right here. However, the economy is not really pushing back down here, just as yet, right? So if you look here all the way up, this is like about when Corona hits, the economy fall, right? The economy fall all the way down here. So what's happening now is that things are starting to go up, correct? So things are starting to go up. So we're on this H4, we're on the H4, right? It seems that it's respecting this key resistance of 120.24, and this key resistance will now become key support. So all we're going to do, we're going to be careful with the NASDAQ right here. All we're going to do is this. On the H4, break, retest, create a higher low, then we could go in for our buy. All right, thereabout. All right. However, to be on the safer side, if you guys are scalping this, all right, say that you guys are scalping this, let's drop time frames. Let's go down to about M30. If you go down to the M30, the same principles apply, right? Same principles apply. Ain't none of change. Same principles apply. Wait on that retest. Once it creates that high low right there, then you're gonna go in right here for your buy, because it has been confirmed that this is in an uptrend and it's getting stronger. So you want to buy, get in, get out. As soon as it's pulling back, you get in and get out. So if you see that price breaks your previous low, right? All right, let me explain what I'm talking about. If price breaks your previous low, for those who are new to trading, let me take my time, right? Say that price does something like this and it's going up, right? So you're in a profit right here. If you see an instance where price comes back and break this low right here that created a high low, then you exit the trade and you take profit right here. Does that make any sense? Because at this point, the basic of the uptrend on the M30 would have been void. So that's as simple as it for NASDAQ. Moving on. EURJPY. Simple. Same procedures as the charts before. I'm a very simple trader. Watch this. All right. Uptrend, break the trend line. Right. Downtrend, break the trend line. However, on the EURJPY, we have the key resistance right here. First of all, key support here. On the EURJPY, the euro currency is tending to get weak for this upcoming week. You get that? The euro currency is getting weak for this upcoming week. So the fact that we know that the euro is getting somewhat weak, we got to be careful of this minor resistance right here. We're on the 8.4 right now. So if price respects this minor resistance right here, shift and creates a lower high, right? Pulls back right here, then we're going to go in right here for our sell. So this is scenario 1. And go all the way down to the key support, right? Scenario 2, we got to be careful. Remember that week is just starting, right? So scenario 2, you got to watch what price is doing, right? If price does this, breaks that minor resistance, retests, respects that minor resistance, and that minor resistance now becomes key support, then we're going to do this and go all the way right there at this level right here. Stop loss right here. So if you notice how I trade, I cannot just jump out and say that price is going to go there or price is going to go over there or over there. What I can say to you though is this. I sit and wait on the market to come to me. Once the market does what I want it to do and respect the basic of trading, is at that time I enter the trade. Does that make any sense? All right. So that's it, guys. I hope this Sunday markup, it helps you. If you're a person that was trying to learn and just here for the knowledge, I hope you get the knowledge. If you're a person in the market that's trying to make some money, hope you make some money this week. Be careful. The market is still kind of slippery because of the whole US election and what's happening right now. They're trying to do a lot of probably recount because you know that a lot of stuff have been filed in court for recount. So you got to be careful. The market could be somewhat slippery with widespreads, bad leverages, and so on. So just be careful, guys. So I hope that my markup helped you guys. Just remember, just be simple. Just apply the basic of trading. And if you have any questions or any charts that you would like to see me mark up, just comment below. All right. And you can also DM me on social media and I'll just reach out back to you. Happy week, everyone. Big up.